Hi stylists, Lisa Enos here. It's time for Updo Monday. This is the look we're doing today. It's vintage inspired, really easy, really can be fast once you get the sectioning down. Okay, so here we go. Here's my sectioning. Okay, we're gonna start off in the back. I just did half this back and pulled it over to a side ponytail. Okay, and then the top is just sectioned out. I've just got a little bit of an arrow right through here. And we're gonna use that to do all the loops and fill in here. And then I've got the side section all here, and then this is a two-part section, and I just slice it diagonally. That just, it just hides any scalp that might show when you go do a diagonal parting. Okay, so we're gonna start in the back first. So what you're gonna do is we're just going to do these loop curls right through here. Okay, now depending on the length of your hair, you can get a lot of loops out of one strand if you have really long hair. If you don't, then you just want to you know, just make a lot of loops with your shorter hair. So you could really do this with a medium to long length of hair. So I'm just gonna put it half, about 3 inches down, and we're just going to loop it. I'm going to place my loop right through here, and then I'm just going to spread this out. And so we're just going to make a lot of loops right here, and I'm just going to go fast. I'm going to put my bobby pin on this end. We're going to make another loop right under that. I'm going to put it right up under that. I'm just going to spread it out just to fatten it up a little bit. And so I'm just going to do this fast through here. Take my bobby pin, put it on there, loop it, bring it over. I'm just going to really pin it into my my banding there. Okay, I'm going to get another end. I'm going to flip it, loop it. I'm just going to go through here, just spread these out just a little bit. I've got about 2 more here I can do. So I'm just going to bobby pin, loop it, flip it. A couple more here. 1 more here. Flip it, loop it. Put it in through there. Okay. I'm going to put an end right there. This will be my last one. I'm gonna loop this. Got 1 more here. Now if you have really fine hair, you might need to really fatten up, back comb those loops and then fatten them up to do that. Okay, so that gives you this like little bun right through here. Okay, but then we're gonna move to the front and we're gonna do our rolls first. So we're gonna do that back first, move to the front. Okay, so this, I don't like to do a lot of back combing in my styling, but sometimes you just need a little bit. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna bring this straight up, and I'm just going to back comb into this top area right there. But I want the inside right here smooth because that's going to show. And then I just want to make sure my outside is nice and smooth, okay? Then I'm just going to form this all around my finger. I'm just going to wrap this curl around my fingers right here. And then I'm just going to, it's like a big pin curl, barrel curl. So I'm just going to see how big I want that, where I want to place that. Now, you can go straight up like this. I like mine when it's slightly off, just off a little bit slanted back and not so much straight up and down. Okay, so I'm just going to hold that, and I'm going to take one of my really big pins. I'm going to hold that there. Now, when I pin this, I'm going to go slightly back. Just back a little bit because I don't want my pin showing up right in the front right here. So I'm going to slide it back in. First I'm going to go in sideways and then turn it. So I'm going to slide it in sideways, and then I'm just going to start to weave a little in and out. And then I'm just going to push that down. Now I'm going to go back through the other side, through the back way, and I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to go through back here. I'm going to kind of crisscross that in and then hide my pin right in there. Okay, so now I'm going to shape this a little bit. See, I want this to go lay just back a little bit like that. So I want to go and I want to pin that base down a little bit more. So I'm going to bring this all the way over and I'm going to go back in there and just anchor that a little farther down. Like that. Okay, and then you just go back in and you just start to shape up your curl through there. Now you might have to do it a couple times just to really get the look that you like, until you get to really used to working with this curl, this big barrel curl here, just like that. Okay, now I'm just going to spray this just a little. This is a working spray. I like Aquage. I just started using Infinity by White Sands. I really like that too. But get a good, really working spray that in case you have to pull something out, it's easy to do. Okay, now this tail here that I left out, we're just going to use that as our big curl to fill in. We're just going to flip that tail and fill that in right in there. But then you just get this really pretty big barrel curl. Some call it a Victorian roll. I've heard it called that before. Okay, so we're going to move to this side. We're going to do the same thing. All right. I'm going to put this down, get it out of my way. So I'm just going to go in. I'm going to back comb this top part just with my brush. I like back brushing a lot instead of back combing. I like using my brush. Okay, so then I'm going to go back in. I'm going to make sure my underneath is super smooth. And then right here too, where this bends, I don't want to see a lot of back combing, so I'm going to make sure that that's nice and smooth in that area. And then we're going to go back in. I'm just going to loop this around my hand, just like this, form this big curl here. I'm going to slightly just bring that just slightly to the front, and it's going to cause this big front to come up and over, and this is going to be laying slightly back instead of up and down like that. Okay, so when I got that to where I like it, I'm just going to start to pin that. Same thing, you want to come in back about, you know, an inch away. Put your pin in sideways and then turn it, and then I'm just going to start to weave in and out so I can hide my pin there and hold my base. Now I like when this front part just comes up a little bit up over the top of that curl. You create this really pretty just wave coming right in there. Okay, so I've got this, and now I'm going to go back through here and I'm going to pin going the opposite direction just to really make sure that I secure that roll in there. And I like to weave my pins in and out, really get a secure base. And then I'm just going to go in and just shape my curl. I'm going to bring this loop, this outside loop up and around through here. And you just got to work with it and just play with it. You got to be patient. You got to be gentle. And just work until you really get the look that you like. Okay. I'm going to come in through here. I'm going to use my spray. Get that to where I'm looking, just like that. Okay, now we're going to move to the back part right through here. And just get any flyaways, just start to really spray them down. So we're going to move this, and this is going to form all our loops, okay? So the reason I left that just that little point right there is because I'm going to fill in this first section right there. So I'm just going to take a little section and we're just going to do flat loops, okay? So we're just going to do big flat loops. You don't need huge sections. We're going to do a flat loop. So I'm just going to wrap it around my fingers really big, and then I'm just going to lay it flat just like that. Now, if you have a tail sticking out, that's when you can just pull your tail right through the middle and make it lay on the back end. Now I'm just going to take these hairpins for right now. I just want them to hold it. I'm going to weave up and down underneath, okay? Underneath, and I'm just barely going to start to weave that, not to where you can see it all the way through, but see, just that one pin will hold my one loop, and then we're going to go back in and really work this. Now this tail I'm just going to flip and put it right underneath. There we go. And that's just going to fill in that. And now we're just going to move down and we're just going to work our way all through this back, just doing these big loops. So I'm just going to bring it around. I'm going to bring the tail through to the other side, and I'm just going to lay this flat right through there. Going to put my pin in underneath, weave, weave, underneath, underneath. Don't let go until you feel like you can, until it's pretty secure that you can just let go. Okay, just like that. All right, now we're going to move to this middle one, and you're just going to pick up random sections, you know, but you just want to do big flat curls. Okay, now see this, I want it to go in this direction, so I'm going to wrap it around my fingers here. I'm going to pull those tail ends to the back underneath, and I'm just going to get this big, big loop circle. And then you go with your pins, you go up underneath, because what you're doing is you're going through the base, through the loop. Okay, so I'm going to go through the base, just like you're sewing, and that's just going to hold my loop right there. Okay, now we're going to move to this bottom one. Now this one seems to go in this direction. You got to pay attention to where the hair wants to bend. Okay, so I'm going to go in this direction this way. And then just wrap it around, put my curl, place it to where you want it. Go up underneath. You're going to weave in and out, in and out. Don't let go until you feel secure. Weave in and out, in and out. Okay. Now I'm going to go and I'm going to go in. I'm going to break this one in two. We're going to do the same thing here, okay? So this kind of wants to bend this way, so I'm going to wrap my fingers around here, do a big loop, and that's going to come right up underneath this big Victorian roll. And I'm going to come weave in and out, in and out. I'm going to come up underneath here. This part, I'm going to weave in and out through there, and that's just going to hold. I've got my one right here. I'm just going to do like a big, big pin curl. Place it, lay it flat. Come in underneath. I'm going to sew, weave. Going to place that there. Now when you start to see some of these ends, just tuck them that they're coming out. You're just going to tuck them, but you're going to use your hairspray too and just secure those. And I've got this one that's coming just a little bit out there, so I'm going to go in and I'm just going to really secure that down there. Okay, so this last piece I have here, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to bring it over, place it right behind or in front of this flat curl, and then we're going to use this to make our last flat curl. So I'm going to bring this whole section over. I'm going to use a big bobby pin. I'm going to put it super close to the base, okay? But I want to leave my tail under. So when I turn this, I'm going to flip it and turn it under, and then I'm going to secure my my barrel right there. Secure my pin right under there, okay? And that gives me this tail to work with. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to bring this tail over. And we're going to make our last big flat curl. Now see, this one is easy to bend this way, so I'm going to go with the bend on it. I'm going to just put my tail through the back there, and I'm going to lay this flat right in there. And I'm going to go back underneath, and I'm going to weave, weave, weave with my hairpins. I'm going to go back through. Any place I think I need it secure, I'm going to go back in, really weave that down through there. Okay, and that's when you go back and you start just looking and see if I need balance anywhere, and if I need security anywhere. So I'm going to go in, and things that are popping up, I'm just going to go back down and secure them. And I'm going to hide my pins as much as I can through there, okay? And that just gives you this beautiful Victorian style. Now, let me show you one more thing that you can do with your pin to secure. You can take a hairpin, you can bend 1/2 like that. Okay, now I would only use this if everything is where I want it to be, because you can't pull these back out easily. So if I want to come in here and I want to really secure something, then I'm going to come in, weave, 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 stick that in. That'll give me a little bit more security, because those things won't pop back out. They're harder to slide out. That's one more thing you can do. Okay, so I hope that you like that style. Thanks for watching. Bye.